In the game of power, few arenas are as treacherous as the battlefield of love and relationships. Niccolo Machiavelli, history's most ruthless strategist of dominance, understood that a man's greatest weakness is not his enemies, but the allies he chooses blindly. A woman can elevate a king or destroy an empire, depending on her nature. Most men operate on emotion, surrendering their judgment to fleeting passions, only to awaken too late to the traps they have walked into. This is not wisdom, this is folly. The Machiavellian man does not wait for betrayal to recognize deceit. He studies the patterns of destruction before they unfold. He sees the red flags not as warnings, but as prophecies of future ruin. This is not about fear or paranoia, it is about strategy. To ignore these signs is to invite disaster. To recognize them is to wield power. Red flag. Number 1. She demands total loyalty without earning it. A woman who expects unwavering devotion before proving her own worth is not seeking a partnership. She is conducting an audit of your weaknesses. The Machiavellian knows that loyalty is not given freely. It is earned through consistent action and demonstrated value. If she pressures you for exclusivity before she has shown her own commitment, if she tests your devotion with emotional ultimatums while offering nothing in return, she is not investing in you, she is securing your submission. A high-value woman does not beg for loyalty, she commands it through her integrity, her actions, and her unwavering support. The moment she insists on blind allegiance without first proving her own trustworthiness, she reveals herself as a manipulator. The Machiavellian response is clear. Let her earn what she demands, or remove her from your life before she exploits your generosity. Red flag number 2. She brags about betraying others. When a woman casually admits to deceiving past lovers, sabotaging friendships, or exploiting men for personal gain, she is not confessing. She is boasting. The Machiavellian mind understands that past behavior is the most accurate predictor of future conduct. If she takes pride in her ability to manipulate, if she laughs at the suffering she has caused, if she justifies her treachery as intelligence, then she has already told you everything you need to know. She does not regret her actions. She admires her own cunning, and what she has done to others, she will do to you. The Machiavellian does not believe in reform, he believes in patterns. When a woman shows you her nature, believe her the first time. Red flag number 3. She isolates you from your allies. A woman who undermines your relationships with friends, family, or mentors is not protecting you. She is weakening your foundation. The Machiavellian ruler knows that power is maintained through alliances, and any force that seeks to cut him off from his support network is an enemy in disguise. If she dismisses your closest confidants as toxic, if she demands you prioritize her over all others, if she resents the time you spend with those who knew you before her, she is not building a bond. She is staging a coup. A woman who truly values you will strengthen your connections, not sabotage them. The Machiavellian does not tolerate those who seek to make him dependent. He recognizes isolation as the first step toward control, and he eliminates the threat before it takes root. Red flag number 4. She uses tears and rage as weapons. Emotional outbursts are not signs of vulnerability, they are tactics of war. A woman who cries to avoid accountability, who screams to intimidate, who weaponizes guilt to get her way, is not expressing pain. She is asserting dominance. The Machiavellian understands that emotions are tools, and those who wield them as weapons do so because they lack legitimate authority. If she collapses into tears when challenged, if her anger flares at the slightest resistance, if her moods dictate the terms of your peace, she is not a partner. She is a tyrant. The Machiavellian does not negotiate with emotional terrorists. He remains calm, observes the manipulation, and withdraws his presence from those who seek to rule through chaos. Red flag, number 5. She has no ambition of her own. A woman with no goals, no discipline, and no independent drive is not a companion. She is a parasite. The Machiavellian principle is clear. Alliances must be mutually beneficial, or they are not alliances at all. They are exploitations. If she looks to you as her sole source of security, if she contributes nothing but consumption, if she resents your success while offering none of her own, she is not building with you. She is feeding off you. A woman of worth brings her own power to the table. She does not cling to your achievements. She creates her own. The Machiavellian does not carry dead weight. He recognizes that a partner without ambition will drain his own, and he removes such influences before they erode his empire. Red flag number 6. She disrespects you in public. A woman who mocks you in front of others, who dismisses your authority, who undermines your image for laughter or social leverage, is not joking. She is testing your boundaries. The Machiavellian ruler knows that respect is the foundation of power, and those who chip away at it in public are probing for weakness. If she belittles you among friends, if she rolls her eyes at your decisions, if she shares private grievances to humiliate you, she is not teasing, she is challenging your sovereignty. The Machiavellian does not tolerate disrespect, for he knows that small rebellions, if unchecked, become revolutions. He crushes the defiance early, or he removes the rebel entirely. Red flag number 7. She keeps a circle of male orbiters. A woman who maintains a retinue of admiring men under the guise of friendship is not seeking camaraderie. She is cultivating options. The Machiavellian strategist understands that loyalty cannot coexist with contingency plans. If she dismisses your concerns about these men, if she insists on their innocence while enjoying their attention, if she compares you to them in subtle ways, she is not committed. She is keeping a shadow army. The Machiavellian does not share his throne. He recognizes that a woman who refuses to cut ties with orbiting suitors has already decided that one day she may need them. And when that day comes, you will be the one replaced. Red flag number 8. She is always the victim. A woman who claims every past lover was abusive, every friend was a betrayer, every employer was unfair, is not unlucky. She is the common denominator. The Machiavellian knows that perpetual victims do not attract tragedy, they manufacture it. If she refuses accountability, if she twists every conflict into persecution, if she demands sympathy while offering none in return, she is not seeking justice, she is seeking control. The Machiavellian does not entertain professional martyrs. He understands that a woman who cannot acknowledge her own role in her misfortunes will inevitably cast him as her next villain, and he removes such liabilities before the narrative turns against him. The difference between a king and a fool is not luck, it is the ability to recognize danger before it strikes. The Machiavellian does not stumble into betrayal. He sees it coming and sidesteps the blade. These 8 red flags are not mere suspicions. They are laws of human nature, as immutable as gravity. To ignore them is to surrender your power. To recognize them is to command your destiny. A woman can be your greatest ally or your most devastating ruin. The choice is not hers, but yours. The wise man does not curse the storm after it drowns him. He reads the winds before they rise. Now you know the signs. Now you have the strategy. The rest is execution. Rule wisely or be ruled.